Like, I'll just play this one muted. I want to show you guys how fast they can kill Patchwork. Watch this. Here we go. So Patchwork has, I think, 4 million health. And this is like a pretty much fully world buffed raid. So this is pretty much what you'd expect. You'd expect him to die even faster in Classic because the bosses had higher armor values in most of these private servers. So look how much damage he's doing. Like, the boss is already below 90% health. The boss is fucking melting. Look at that. The boss is already at half health. Like, how fast even is this? And Patchwork has, like, one of the highest health pools in the entire game. Look at this. Yeah, it's like 30. Like, this boss is dying. And, like, obviously this guy, you have to keep in mind, this guy has, like, the best gear in the entire game. Like, if you look at the weapons that he has enchanted, that's Gressel, Dawn of Ruin, and the Hungering Cold, which are, like, both items that you're able to get from Kel'Thuzad. Like, these are the best items. So anyway, Classic Andy's in chat today. No, all I'm saying is, like, people... I think that the Classic Andy thing is that people believe that the raid was somehow, like, super, super hard. Obviously, my guild might wipe on it a few times. Like, that could absolutely happen. But overall, I think people are going to just completely roll this raid over. Like, it's not going to be anything like it was in the other times, right? Like, they're just going to completely blow this raid up. And so that's what's going to happen. It won't be this easy for most people. You're right. Yeah, it won't be that easy for most people. Classic Andy here, Naxx is going to be just as easy as AQ for 90% of guilds. Yeah, I think that's basically a good way to look at it. Yeah, look at Grobulus. Holy shit, Grobulus just gets deleted. Jesus. Look at his health. Look at that. You're literally just watching it go down. Oh my fucking god. That's a tank and spank. Grobulus is super easy? Yeah, I know. That's incredible. I didn't even know it was that easy. Holy fuck. Okay, after I finish this, we're going to start Baldur's Gate, okay? And I want to get into that in probably like, maybe like, probably 5 or 10 minutes after we finish all the rest of this. Grob is swishy. The issue is slime. Well, let's look at Hegan. Okay, Hegan's a good example. Where's Hegan? Okay. There it is. So this, in Classic, this room is a gauntlet. Okay, so here we go. Here's Hegan the Unclean. So they just immediately go in on him. And so there's like a dance you have to like run around the room to avoid. Here we go. Get ready. Look at that. The guy's getting completely fucking deleted. He's already like, it's been like 10 seconds into the fight and he's already half health. Like, this boss is getting fucking destroyed. What'd they do to make Classic easy? They released it as is. Like, the game was easy. It was an easy game. It was a hard game for then, but it's just not, it doesn't compare. That's all there is to it. Look at this fucking damage, man. This is insane. The boss is dead and it didn't even do a full rotation. That's fucking insane, man. Hardest part of the boss was the internet connection. Yeah, people are just way better. I think that's really what it is. People are just way fucking better. And so anyway, what was the hardest raid then? Hardest raid probably, like, I don't know. It's hard for me to say. I think usually the newer raids are the harder raids. I'd probably say like maybe, I don't know, Tomb of Sargeras was really hard, maybe. It's hard to say. People are abusing consumables and world buffs more? Of course they are, because they make them better. And like Lotheb is another boss. Like Lotheb was a huge fucking wall for most guilds. I remember my guild had such a huge bad time against Lotheb, because Lotheb was one of those bosses that like you actually got world buffs for Lotheb. So it made it to where you couldn't be healed at all, so the healers actually had to plan out and do things. A Mario speedrun, what's this here? To when Mario came out, oh, chat's nuts. Well, a better comparison, I think somebody put this in chat earlier, is if you look at Fortnite Season 1 players, there is no Fortnite Season 1 player that could even fucking come close to as good as the players are now. They're not even in the same universe. Like, the players now are just so much higher quality. They're so much more skilled. It's completely different. Yeah, it's insane, man. A joke compared to vanilla. Yeah, it's crazy. Lithep's gonna be a joke. It's a diamond flask healing set for warriors. Is it really though? I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. Like maybe the diamond flask is gonna matter a little bit more, but like, and these are like the hardest fights in the whole game. Like, and if you talk about like a Nubricon, like this is the first boss. This is the first boss in the whole raid, okay? So you have a Nubricon, you've got the 2 ads. Now, I would not be surprised if they kill this boss before it even does any of the locust swarms. That was hard as current stuff, but it was also not released as is. Well, Naxx was. Naxx is Naxx people, the way people's gear is, the way people's world buffs are, and everything like that. Naxx was tuned for this. Like you're right if you talk about MC, you're right if you talk about BWL, you're not as right if you talk about AQ, and you're definitely not right if you talk about Naxx. Naxx was tuned for the 1.12 talents. It was tuned for people having crazy gear, and it was insane. Look at that. And like this is a new record. Look, his health is just getting deleted. Oh my god, man. Show these retards the Mythic KJ kill video. Well, the thing is, like, a very good guild is going to make a fight look easy. I think the better idea would be have them go and do it themselves. I'm pretty sure if you got a lot of these classic Andys and you had them try to kill Jaden, they would probably not be able to kill it even now in BFA. Because they'd get knocked off the platform. We got 5,000 execute. Like, I'm not even kidding. Yeah, they just get knocked off the platform. It'd be pretty funny. And so anyway, like, look, the boss just got destroyed. Like, he didn't even do any mechanics. Literally 0 fucking mechanics. That is insane. And so you look at Maxina is another fight, right? Maxina is the second fight. Like, the spider wing is the easiest wing. The military wing is generally the hardest wing. So that guy just groups them all up. Yeah, that's basically it. Actually true, because the transmog groups still wipe on KJ. Yeah, exactly, man. Oh my god. Yeah, Maxina. Oh, what did I say? This is Farolina. Yeah, this is Farolina. I should know that. I'm actually on the server. And so a few people died to that. They totally fucked up there. And so these guys, look at this. This is one of the fastest speedruns in all of the private servers. And these guys had like 8 people die on a trash pull. Like, you can bet your fucking dick that Apes isn't going to have that happen. Progress isn't going to have that happen. Like, these guilds... And Salad Bakers probably won't let that happen whenever they're playing on live servers. They're going to be way more coordinated, way better off than they are here. Yeah, Apes are going to blitz this? Yeah, it's completely fucking different. Let me see. I'll skip ahead, and then they're going to pull the boss. So I don't even know if she's going to enrage. So I'm not sure what they're going to do here. Compare TBC Gladiator videos to today. Yeah, TBC Season 1 Gladiator videos to today. Like, I mean, people are just not as good. Like, that's all there is to it. Look at that. During that time, Barry anyone had mice for PCs to talk. Exactly. Trash ball in front for Alina is in 0.6 packs. Is once using arcane bomb to silence. No, I know obviously what they're doing. I didn't know about the arcane bomb part though. I actually wasn't aware of that. So they're not even worrying about anything here. They're just killing the boss. I don't even know if she's going to enrage. So the enrage is in 30 seconds. You can see he has the damage meter on there, and it doesn't even make a difference at all. Everyone had mics, come on. I feel like some people didn't, but it wasn't like super common for people not to. Like, most people did have mics though. So they're probably gonna kill her before the enrage even happens. So the only mechanic this fight ever really has is like you have to kill an ad whenever Farolina is about to enrage. And it doesn't matter because they kill her before the enrage. And that's even whenever they had half of the raid die and lose their world buffs. Yeah, these fights are gonna fall over. But I do also want to emphasize, these are like the highest level players. Like whenever you talk about like just like an average player or whatever, they're obviously not going to have this same situation. Okay, these guys are geared. Yeah, that's what I mean. People that didn't have add-ons. Yeah. Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, we're about to do it. I just wanted to talk about this a little bit more. Okay, let's see here. Holy shit, man. Did he get corrupted Ashbringer? Sure, no pressure or anything? Yeah. Look at all the buffs. Can you watch the Thaddeus fight? Yeah, I'll watch Thaddeus. And so this is Maxina. Now, Maxina has like two mechanics, or three. She spawns spiders underneath her, which you have to like AoE down, kind of like the trash mobs in AQ. She web wraps people on the side of the room, which casters have to kill. And then she stuns the whole raid. And then also on top of that, there's the stun. And so preemptively, the tank used the shield wall for the stun because they knew that the stun was going to go out. And also Maxina enrages at 30%. So they used shield wall for the stun. And they just died. Like, so then they're stunned, and then they just kill the boss. It's actually the easiest fight ever. Yeah. Maxina? Well, who cares what it's called, right? I mean, everybody knows what I'm talking about. So let's see. I'll look at Thaddeus just because people ask me to. Where's Thaddeus? Okay, yeah, here's Thaddeus. So Thaddeus is also a super easy fight. Thaddeus is a fight that's really hard. Thaddeus was really hard in vanilla because most people didn't have the computer. They didn't have the computer ability to render the fight and move fast enough. So you'd have people that would like actually fuck up because Thaddeus was because their computers were shitty. So that's how it is. True. Yeah, it was super fucking laggy. Jumping the ledge was hard. No, it wasn't. It was only hard if you were stupid. So, like, these guys, again, they have, like, full fucking world buffs. Is there any buff this guy doesn't have? I'm pretty sure there's not. Like, he's got pretty much everything that you can get. Oh, he doesn't have Dark Moon Fair. I don't see it, at least. Yeah. That's even possible with WoW. Because it was in 2005 and 2006. Whenever the people's computers weren't as good. So, like, you have to fight Stalag and Fugan. And, like, so basically these two guys had to die at the same time. But the thing is, like, these bosses didn't really do a whole lot of mechanics. I think Fugan had, like, a thing where one player had to move out of the raid because they would electrocute other people. Like, besides that, like, look at the raid's health. Like, nobody's health is going down. Nothing's happening. Yeah, there's the knockback. Like, it did basically no fucking damage. And then you just heal everybody up, and then that's it. Look at that, man. Holy fucking shit. And so these guys are already dying. And you have to kill it, like, at the same time. And that's why they're stopping damage. And, like, again, just look at the guy's health. Like, nobody's even dying. And so they wait right here. You just jump. There it is. Some people do fall off. Probably nobody in this group is going to fall off, but who knows? Look at that, dude. The jump was the hardest part back in the day? Yeah, I guess so. Look at that. And he's just blowing them the fuck up. So they're all waiting right there for the thing to happen. So Thaddeus is actually a really cool fight. So the way it works is basically he does a polarity shift. And you gain a buff that makes you do more damage whenever you're next to other people that have the buff. So people stack, and there's like a positive side and a negative side. And if you go to the wrong side, you're just instantly dead. Like, this guy fucked up. Like, imagine having, like, your fucking speed run messed up by somebody who can't figure out Thaddeus. Naxx will be dicked down on day one. Not only do people have more knowledge of the classic being out for ages, but also classic Naxx is basically Wrath the Lich King Naxx. It's not really the same thing as Wrath. Like, I mean, there are some mechanics that are the same. So, like, for example, fights like that. Thaddeus, I don't think there was any changes on Thaddeus from 60 to 80 Naxx. Yeah, I don't think so. Let me think. Yeah, I don't believe so. In that level? Yeah, level 80 Naxx. So, vanilla Naxx bosses die faster? I'm not sure. Gloth? Yeah, I think so. Do you think that we'll have similar raid in Maldraxxus? I doubt it. But, like, look how fast these bosses die. That's, like, the only point that I'm trying to make. And, like, again, Saffron, like, let me just look at this guy's gear, and I'll show you what he has ready for Saffron. All of the gear that he has right here, none of this gear that I see is for Saffron. So, like, let's look just real quick. Lionheart Helm, Malfurion's necklace from Kel'Thuzad, Conqueror's shoulders, that cloak right there. I don't know what cloak that is, actually. I'm not sure. That's the Plated Abomination ribcage. The bracers are from Anubra Khan. The two weapons are from Kel'Thuzad. The bow is from... Belt bow is from AQ20. The gloves there are from Gauntlets of Annihilation. Belts from Resuvius. Leggings are from, I think those are the leg plates of Carnage. I could be wrong though. And then the boots there are obviously like the, what do you call it? The BWL boots. SGC? Wait, he has SGC? There's no way. There's no way. He must have, there's no way he's doing all this with SGC. And like, so his frost resistance is only 100. Yeah, let me see. Like, let me see if he equips anything. Okay, here we go. So, let me see here. So, Saffron, Frost Fury. So, he's got maybe like a handful of items for Frost Resist. Like, probably 2 items or 3 items for Frost Resist. Okay. So, watch how fast it dies. They're farming KT at this point. I know that. That's how he has the weapons. So, here you go. And you can look at how much damage he takes from this. Azurgos cloak? I don't know. I don't think so. That's the Pussian cloak? I feel like it has a different different image on it. Do you think having an enormous Johnson is a good thing or a bad thing? It depends on who you ask. Valyer's got a new video up? Okay, I got it. So, let's see. Not Pussian cloak? Yeah, I forgot how to actually pronounce it. Bosses only die this fast. What's this here? Because of world buffs, they increase output by 40%. Your guild will wipe and not clear this? Wait, you think that my guild is going to struggle in Naxx? Like, I don't think so, man. Like, I really don't think we're going to struggle in Naxx. Like, we might have a couple of bosses that we wipe on a couple of times. Sure. Yeah, that could happen. But, I mean, if you're talking about, like, actually struggling and not being able to clear the raid, no, I couldn't imagine that being the case. I mean, maybe I'll be wrong, but I certainly don't expect it. He's running Abomination Ribcage? That's what I thought it was, too. Yeah, I don't know why people are saying that it was SGC. I mean, like, the Plate Abomination Ribcage is, that's like the Naxx best in slot chess piece. So, yeah, I mean, the boss is just getting deleted. And I would say that it's probably going to be, the same thing. You wipe every week in BWL? That's not really a guild raid, though. Leather chest off trash is better, but yes. Is it really? I didn't even know that. So every piece this guy has in business slot for every situation at this point in the game. It's not really the same case. But anyway, well, we've looked at this. Overall, the point is still the same. Naxx, I think, is going to be a joke. I think it's kind of obvious that the game is a joke based off of what you see here. It will be harder than AQ, absolutely. But I think that the same type of, speed clearing and everything that we saw with AQ, we saw with BWL, we saw with MC, it's going to be a joke. That's all there is to it. There are no real mechanics to speak of. It's mainly a numerically challenging area and numerically challenging raid. And because of that, you're just still going to have people are conditioned to play the game at so much of a higher level nowadays that there's no comparison to how good people are now versus then. Yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to. And yes, I am going to be streaming my first Naxx run. I hope so. Vanilla and raiding Naxx? Yeah, I know that, man. It's going to be fucking awesome. I'm really excited. I do hope it's more challenging. BWO is a joke, but Naxx just does have more mechanics on each boss. Naxx, yes, it absolutely does. There's like the Plague Lord curses on Noth and things like that that can pretty much wipe you. It's insane. So yeah, people do need to figure out like how to do it. What point did they stop adding Classic? They got a bit of Shadow ones? I don't know. I have OG Naxx raiders in my guild, and even they say it wasn't as hard as people think it was. Yeah, I think most people think that. Sunwell will definitely be harder than Naxx, though. I'll say that for sure. Sunwell will 100% be harder than Naxx. So, where is Four Horsemen? That's Resuvius. Okay, they're getting over, and they're getting ready to do Four Horsemen right here. So, I just want you guys to get an idea of, like, the difficulty of, like, this content in general. Okay, here it is. Here's Four Horsemen. So, and again, like, this group, like, look at this guy's buffs again. He doesn't have any of the other, like, there's like 3 world buffs that if he had those, it would make him do like 30% more DPS.
Are we in here?
Okay, let's see here.
Alright, we're going. Someone battle shot the thing off me when I go. 3, 2, go.
Okay.
Oh.
So they just pick everything up immediately, and they just burn them down.
Warlock
Remember
just
now,
got him blown.
You need to
Holy
be inside
shit.
on
Kel'Thuzad was
Pain
harder
Courthouse
than
to
4
soak
Horsemen
you
and
don't slack on
Privates.
it.
If you think Kel'Thuzad is a hard fight, you're a bad player. Like, Kel'Thuzad is one of the easiest fights in the entire game. Like, that's all there is to it. Look at that.
Processing 9 cuckoo, you have a lip.
So all they do is they just, like,
don't have
they're
to
burning this guy down. I mean, he only has, like,
Oh,
look
yeah,
how much
sorry.
health Thane has. Thane only has 500,000 health. That's nothing, man. That's nothing at all.
There's only one healer on 10. I guess it doesn't matter what.
Warlock,
March
Speedrun
3
coming.
incoming. Alright, groups rotate.
Holy
Tanks
shit.
rotate.
Orders used to pick here on train.
Resist on Mogren.
That's okay, just stay and talk again.
Look at that, dude. They have 1 HP? Well, yeah, these guys, they die so fucking fast. It's insane.
This is fun.
Like, and like, that's Mogren right there with Corrupted Ashbringer. Are gonna blow up I wonder if speedrunners are gonna blow up Stacked Horsemen. I actually
We take the
think,
mid, Jordan will
I really think that the meta for speedrunning Naxx is going to be to cleave down the 4 Horsemen. Like, you're gonna group them all up and you're gonna cleave them down. And it's not possible. You can't. Why is it impossible? They shield wall for 12 seconds at 25%? Yeah, I think they shield wall no matter what. Like, the shield wall happens no matter what. Because I remember whenever people were balancing out, like, how long it would take to kill one of these mobs, that shield wall happens no matter what. Shield wall doesn't exist in... Yeah, know it all, Andy. Yeah, I'm sorry, but, like, that's not what it is. Once again, Divas are so bad, no way you can tank them next to each other. No, that's not how it works. So here's why I think it would be possible. Each debuff has a separate scaling damage component. So what that means is that Thane Korthos gives you a different debuff than Mograine does, and Blamo gives you a different debuff than Zealot does. And those are the 4 Horsemen in vanilla. So because each of the different 4 Horsemen gives you a different debuff that increases your shadow damage taken from that specific debuff, rather than the debuffs increasing your shadow damage taken from all debuffs, that makes it possible for you to be able to stack them all up and AoE them down. Yeah, and so that's what they did. So they just procced the shield wall, and as soon as they procced the shield wall, they moved over to the next boss.
Another shield wall.
Especially on Blumo if you're a DPS.
Yeah, they moved over to the next boss.
Shield wall after shield wall.
Yeah, it's fucking insane, man.
Me too, dude.
And so if you look at the damage that they're taking,
I'm talking about you, dude.
and also,
Nice,
like,
well,
the shield wall doesn't make them not take damage, it just makes them take 75% less damage. Their HP is a joke? Yeah, I mean, they have, like, this is half of the health of Ragnaros, and you're going into this with, like, full AQ40 gear.
Oh, I got one.
Holy shit.
Wait for Korthos meteor.
Oh.
So, and then as soon as that's over, he just gets deleted. Let me see. Are there any other bosses that are, like, worth looking at here? Kel'Thuzad, I think, is going to be a complete joke. I mean, look how much health Kel'Thuzad has, okay? Kel'Thuzad has... Does it tell me? He has 3 million health. That's nothing, man. I feel like people are going to clear Naxx probably in the first day. It will probably take the first guilds. I think the first guilds will probably take them 2 hours to clear Naxx. It will be a long raid. You have to remember, like, Naxx has, like, it has, like, 16 bosses or something like that to them. There's, like, yeah, let's see, 4, let's see, 7, Yeah, there's like way more bosses than I would expect in Naxx. 15 bosses in Naxx. That's gonna take a long time. If you compare that to like to AQ, AQ doesn't even have 10 bosses, it has 9. So you've got 6 more bosses that also, I mean, one advantage that players had going into like MC and BWL is that the content wasn't tuned for the players' power levels. So the content for MC and BWL was tuned for 8 debuff slots, and it was tuned for the talents that weren't in the game at the time that that stuff was implemented. So MC and BWL were artificially easier than what we saw in AQ. But in Naxx, the game was tuned for that. And that's what I think is really going to be interesting.